Hey, an intro. Better not be loud this time, because it's very important for the plot. Totally. I mean, look at this cheese that they're gonna go through. It's, someone died in a cheese. You could say he had a cheesy life, and
It's very
here's us
funny.
flying above it.
Thank God it remembered the options to keep the volume low, because this would be really loud.
It would be, yes. See, first it pretends that it's giving a shit, but then it remembers, wait a minute, this is a game about one dude shooting armies of aliens with a pocket cannon.
Right. This better not be copyrighted music either.
Well, I can't promise anything about that. I am assuming the recording already.
Yeah, we are.
Alright. Also note that Sam has wax arms for some reason. Whenever we see him again on the screen, please take note of that. Yeah, see? Wax arms.
You
He
don't
has...
wax your arms?
No, I think he has prosthetic arms.
Yeah, that could be it too. You know, his arms do look a little deformed, actually.
Well, I mean, then you're pretty much the only one who shoots at everything and anything. I mean, you're bound to lose your arms. Oh no, a rocket. Well, you don't exactly get blowed up, but you're gonna fall down on that roof over there.
It's dramatic.
And there you go, but we forgot something. There's two of us. Okay, is your frame rate okie dokie?
Yeah, it's really good actually.
Nice. Where am I? Oh,
You know what?
here.
You know what I think the problem was last time. It was almost right after we had tried recording this. I checked my processor speed, and it was like using like a fifth of what it should have been using. So maybe that was the problem.
Oh yeah, that's a possibility. Well, let's first start out by getting ourselves a secret item. Give me that, we'll need that for the secret item. Aim a little bit like this, throw, and we got it. Here's the first weapon.
Cool. Shock.
This'll speed up our efforts quite a bit. So, this being a sequel prequel, in a way, I mean it's a prequel technically, but at the same time it's a sequel because it was released later, so it kind of makes sense. We get some new things that you can do, like we have melee attacks now while holding weapons.
That's cool.
So like, if you're holding the shotgun and we meet up somebody, we can press E right in front of him and we can probably kick him or something. Go in here, there should be an item here. I think there was like a pair of shoes or something.
It didn't tell me if I picked him up.
I'm not sure, it could be a different balcony, but I know in one of these balconies there's like a pair of shoes you can pick up. That's a classic outfit that you can find and unlock. But we're not really here to give a shit about that now, are we?
No, not really.
Another thing that we'll need to worry about is the fact that we don't have some of the classic weapons anymore. Like for one, you won't find that flamethrower, because somebody thought flamethrowers are shit. I don't necessarily agree with that, but whatever. Some new monsters as well, like that guy over there. I think he showed up at some point in other games, but, well, he's kinda new.
The hell? Oh, it's health. Okay.
Yep. So basically, the plot is very simple. Aliens are only beginning their invasion, rather than they're already here. That's about it. The rest is pretty much the same as before. You're killing things. And therefore, you can talk about anything else but the game, because the game is alright and there isn't much to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, don't you love games like that? It really helps your Let's Play credentials, where you have a thing, but you can't talk about the thing because it has nothing to talk about. Like, I love this kind of stuff. Loving it. Gucci.
Please don't ever say that.
Fuck you, I'll say it as much as I want. What are you gonna do, shoot me?
Ugh. I wish there was friendly fire.
Well, there is deathmatch in this game, but I don't think that would really help your case.
Yeah, no, not really.
Now, the main complaint this game tends to get is that it starts slow, but I don't believe that is really a complaint, because, well, for one, if you really want to speed up, you can just hold shift, because you got a running thing now. Like, you can run now.
Hmm.
Which is good.
Do you have, like,
don't have stamina.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you ain't got no stamina. You can run forever. So that's good. I think you can also crouch, but I don't think that's a new feature. That would be kind of silly.
Oh, it's hazy.
Shit. It's aliens from Duke Nukem.
Wow.
Oh, sort of. Oh, by the way, those rocks can actually hit you.
What rocks?
The ones that fall from the building that got blown up.
Oh.
I know that because they did hit me and nearly killed me one time.
How were you already over there by that point?
Well, the rocks actually fly over to you. So it doesn't take a lot of effort to get hit by them. These first few enemies are kinda easy to pick on. You don't even need to use a gun. Like, you got your hammer. Hammer is nice. It works good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what else to talk about. Do you have some topics to talk about?
Not particularly, no, I don't think.
No bullshit happening in your side of the world?
No, not really.
Well, on my end, there's all kinds of bullshit, but what else is new, really? What else is new? I mean, I just saw on the news, just before we started, that... what exactly was it? Well, one of the topics was just, oh, remember how we mentioned that the harvest is gonna be shit? What a fucking coincidence, it really isn't.
Yeah. Seems like sensationalism at its finest. Makes something seem a whole hell of a lot worse than it actually is.
Yes, but it is highlighting the pretty annoying problem about the way things work here. Ever since Lithuania adopted the euro as a currency, everything jumped up the price like 1-to-1 ratio. That is, if something costed 1 litas, now it costs 1 euro. Unfortunately, the conversion rate is 3 litas and 50 cents for 1 euro. So the prices really went up by like 3 times.
Hmm.
Now, most companies kind of adjusted to that price change a little bit. It still got a little bit more expensive, but not as much. Whereas others only pretend that that happens, but everyone can easily tell that it's not the case.
There we go, Jesus.
He likes to screech, don't he?
Yeah, I was just struggling to get up here.
Oh, I thought you meant the guy who was shouting all the time.
Yeah, no. He's pretty annoying
actually,
too, though.
Actually, if you don't fuck up that little walk around on the fence here, you can get another secret, the parkouring secret.
Was it on top of this trailer or whatever?
The one on the trailer and the one here on the edge of the wall, which is just more health. These secrets really aren't mandatory for anything, they just give you a little extra boost or something.
Okay.
You probably want to stick with your pistol for now, because all we'll be getting is kamikazes. But yeah, the problem really is, adopting the euro as a currency was a bad idea.
Yeah, I think that was one of the main reasons why Britain wanted to leave the EU was because of the euro, I think. I don't know, but that's what I heard anyway.
I don't really know anything about that either. I can't say I've heard anything on that topic, but really, it was a pretty bad idea. Euro itself is not a bad currency by any means. It's just that it doesn't work in our country because it's stronger than what we're able to support. And because of that, everything in the economy is suffering now. Everyone is at least 3 times as poor as they used to be. The same job that used to pay, let's say, about 2,000 liras now only goes to about maybe 400 euros. That of course is just an approximation. I'm not entirely sure of the numbers. I mean, I never did any actual research on these topics. I just go by the observations that I've made. But it definitely is that way, somewhat, and you can feel that it's a problem whenever you simply go shopping. Those 500 euros are just not sufficient to survive for most people because food is quite expensive, the taxes are quite big, the rent you may need to pay is also not cheap. You spend most of that 500 euros and you're mostly left with just maybe 100 for yourself. How are you supposed to survive with that for a month? Some people get less. That really doesn't help, especially when we consider that the minimum wage here is about 300 euros, I think?
300 euros per month?
Yeah, per month. Taking that into consideration, it really leaves people with very little money. But that also depends on their spending habits. I suppose if you hardly spend your cash on anything, you could probably save something up, but it would still take a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we could have adopted the euro, but I think we just did it too early.
I mean, I know absolutely nothing about your country and the euro or anything of that sort, so...
I could have sworn we killed all the damn kamikazes. There you go. From what I've seen in other countries, the euro functions just fine. But here, it really doesn't. It's just underperforming at best. Kind of bothers me because, well, because of these things, most people can't exactly open up new businesses and can't produce new workplaces. And because of that, the economy continues to just dwindle. It's a positive feedback loop at this point.
That one's for Jones, Bones.
I think that's like our second encounter with the boners here. Oh yeah, it is. We already met these guys a little earlier in this level, in an alleyway. But that was like a secret. We weren't supposed to see them there. That window just spontaneously combusted. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, another cutscene here or something? So was that the first level?
Yep, that's the first level.
That was kind of short for a first level.
It was. I mean, it wasn't much. But I think the idea here is that you just get used to the controls, warm up a little bit. No, nothing special.
Now, how long is this game, like in comparison to the first encounter and the second encounter?
I want to say about twice as short.
As which one?
As the second encounter.
Okay.
Like the entire thing. That includes the first and second encounter levels.
Oh, okay. So...
This one has less levels, but some of the later levels are a bit longer. so it kind of evens out the length.
And I'm assuming because we just got those assault rifle bullets, those are something we'll get soon. I mean,
Yep.
an assault rifle,
Well,
yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we're gonna do a bit of a skip here to just get past these slower levels, because, you know, I kind of understand where people come from when they say it's kind of slow, but at the same time, you gotta give it a bit of slack. I mean, this game did come out several years after the last game, which I think was Serious Sam 2. It's been a while since people last heard of this franchise, so they probably wanted to play it safe.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of something I never really understood people complaining about, is like sequels to games having reintroductions to controls and storylines and whatnot when, you know, like, it's kind of necessary to have in your game if you want any new people at all to play it.
Yeah, I don't understand the argument either. It's just simple accessibility for new players.
Yeah. It's kind of the same thing, you know, applies to like Pikmin, for example. You know, the third game came out 9 years after the second one came out, and people were still upset with the fact that they wanted you to, like, relearn the controls and everything and learn about the characters a little bit. Even they were new characters, which is understandable, but, like, people were upset about that for some reason. Didn't really make any sense.
Hell, if I was a fan of the series, I would actually be very in favor of this new tutorial for the game, because it's been 9 years, as you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not only was it on a new console, it was on the Wii U, but, you know, you had new characters, you had a lot of different types of controls, because the Wii U had that like tablet for a controller, so they implemented that and used that a lot. So you had a lot to learn, but people were still so bent out of shape about having to, like, basically learn what you needed to learn in order to play the game.
It's really a weak argument, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, no matter how much of a hardcore fan you might be, you definitely haven't spent the past 9 years playing the same game. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
No one is actually going to do that except the weirdest of people. Oh, by the way, this door, you can just walk through. It's like one of the secret doors. Here's another shotgun we can pick up. This one's a double shotgun.
Ooh.
I know a lot of the secrets in this game because I used to play this quite a bit. I still remember some of the better ones, like the upcoming level skip. For this one, what we're looking for is a switch, which is hidden behind a bookshelf of sorts. I know where it is, it's just that we need to get to the room that has it. It's next to the windows. Ah, here it is. Okay, so you take your sledgehammer, you break this shit, there's a switch. You push the switch, says secret door unlocked. Now you just need to get out of here and do a little bit of parkouring. You can ignore the spiders, by the way, because they can't really chase us all the way through. You also need to ignore this path because that's where you're supposed to go normally, but we're just gonna parkour here like that. we don't care, I mean, it's what it's supposed. The secret door apparently that's been unlocked here is not really a door as far as I remember, but like one of these rails that you can actually use to walk on. Oh, did you fall off?
Yeah.
Well, you can just walk all the way around back on the upper path and just try again.
Do you need me to unlock whatever we're unlocking in the secret door, the level skip or something?
No, because it's just a speedrunning thing, you know? It's just a massive shortcut.
Oh, okay.
Thing is, I don't think you can get to it from the bottom, because you're either supposed to take the long way around or the shortcut.
Yeah, well, I gotta figure out where we went from down here. So I don't remember.
I can pick you up again.
Do they not have, like, portals in this game or something?
As far as I know, no.
kind of unfortunate. Where were we? Which way did we
I'm
go?
jumping down. I'm jumping down to pick you up. There you are.
Yeah,
Follow
thank you.
me.